Our culture is based on Vodou worldview. It's very deep embedded in African and Beninians. Mentality, culture, ancestry. There are people, we call them Bokono. If you think you have problem, you go to them. Disease, misfortune, you go to them. They will find out the cause, they will find out the solution, which means sacrifice. The Bokono, he is like the voice of the invisible.
Il y a des gens qui ont la foi chrétienne, disent.
There are people who claim to be Christians, but who are still involved in occultism in traditional practices. Because for them, it is something that they have inherited. So it's their original religion. It's the legacy of their fathers and forefathers. So they cannot do away with those. And sometimes I'm surprised I see some Christians, which I see very active in the church. But when you visit them, when they have a problem or an issue, and you discuss with them, you realize that they have blended, they have actually mixed something else with the Christian faith.
In our churches, we have people with different beliefs. An example is that people believe that if someone is dead, he can be seen again. That is a reality, African belief. Another is that, of course, there is witchcraft and people are demon possessed. How can they handle those realities they have to face every day? We held a meeting with church leaders, and at the end of that meeting they said, you know, we have key problems. In our churches, we have people with different beliefs. How do we work in a way that our theology has a link with the belief of people? So it was like a cry. They were saying, okay, can we have some books that can help us? Because of course for our ministries to become relevant, it has to deal or to address people's realities.
My name is Augustine Kosi Ahoga. My grandparent was a king, 23 wives, many children. I'm married 28 years, and we got 3 children. The 2 first are adopted. So I'm a rural person because I grew up there. I know a lot about tradition, African tradition. I've been initiated to Vodou when I was 11. But God met me in 1979. I'm the director of PBA. I'm passionate to help my own people understand the gospel in their own culture. We produce books written by African authors to transform African readers. I don't know if I can survive without the books. My passion is the book. I don't like football. No. When people are crying, shouting, I would like to find myself reading the book. in such a way that the gospel will move from on the surface to the roof.
Nous utilisons aujourd'hui.
We use the books from the African Bible Press a lot, and there are some topics about which even Christians might be afraid to talk about, talking about magic, witchcraft, but he's quite at ease putting into the context of the culture and also what the Bible had to say about it. So there's no fear anymore. So this actually motivates us, and it helps us understand what culture really is about and how the Word of God can shed light on it.
Quand je suis entré en possession de ce livre,
When the contemporary Bible commentary came along, I don't move without it. I always keep it on me. There are a lot of churches who are living syncretism, and this is related to the fact that to the lack of knowledge. Our African Bible Press, which is bringing this literature to all these churches, is just bringing this light in the darkness.
Les livres PBA, j'en ai lu.
I read many books from PBA, and I still have many of them. You feel African when you read them. I have a lot of books which have been taken by my members. They have come to borrow and read, and unfortunately, some actually came to me and they said, this book is very important, so I'm not going to give it back to you. So I just need to go and buy another one.
The work of Langham and PBA is key to impact people's life in Benin. For people to live a new way of life, the way the Bible wants us to go.
My heart is full with joy. Without your support through Langham, it's not possible for our publishing house to stand where we are. Actually, we are impacting many lives through the books we are producing. This is my way to say thank you.
Together.
together.
Together. Ensemble. Together.
Together.